good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
What's greetings, Earth?
Same genius time.
In the demographic I identify with.
I don't believe you murder.
I think an ignorant voter and a non-voter
What he did. He took the military out
are
before
one and
he
the
took
same.
the civilians.
Same
Who does
genius
that?
channel.
Under his watch.
What
Know
has
something,
he done
bro.
about police reform in this country? Nothing.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Unsolicited Genius. I am your curator, Carlton Ennis. On today's show, we will talk about the show, artificial intelligence preaching, and the importance of the breath. We hope to give you something to ponder.
Listening to
What is up? What is up, everybody? This is episode 45 of Unsolicited Genius. So thank you all for hanging out with us. Thank you for tuning in wherever you may be. Headliners. If you did not know, artificial intelligence has arrived. The way I know this is the GPT chatbot led more than 300 people through 40 minutes of prayer, music, sermons, and blessings. This was in Germany. There is not a dollar somebody could have paid me to where I would have had the foresight to think artificial intelligence would be doing sermons. Mixed reviews of the sermon. A lot of people said they felt it. A lot of people were with it for the 40 minutes. Some people said it was a little monotone, and ironically felt that it lacked soul. So it's artificial intelligence. I guess it wouldn't have a soul, right? So it can't do everything. But my takeaway is maybe the machines won't destroy us. Maybe the machines will be invested in our salvation as well. It preached the word. What else is in the news? Trump. We talk church, we talk Trump. Maybe they're related. They act like they are. All that to be said, Trump has been indicted again. As much as I've read and much as I've paid attention to, I have no idea what this indictment means beyond he didn't manage some documents appropriately. He lied about some things. He was fully aware of his obligations, his responsibilities, and what he should and should not do based on the indictment report. So with what he know, what he did, he will at least go through a process. We don't know what the outcome would be. So I think the collective should be prepared for chaos. The Republican Party is on fleek. I don't know if y'all still say on fleek, but that's what I got right now. Between the need to respond to the indictments or the request to respond to the indictments, the implications of the indictments, because right now Trump is still a Republican Party front runner for the presidency. So if he were to be found guilty at some future state, if he's the president, if he's in the cycle, who knows what chaos ensues there. The number of people entering the Republican presidential race, we've known about Florida's governor. We have Vice President Pence just jumped in the race. Who else? Chris Christie. I thought he was done, but he's back in it. So if the indictment means that Trump doesn't run, it means the Republicans have to choose their candidate amongst this lot, which will be entertaining. with or without Trump, this lot will entertain. Should they be president, we'll see. But the campaign process for the Republican Party will entertain. Included with Trump's indictment, there will be protests. His supporters believe that it is politically motivated. The indictment is politically motivated. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. They got rules. He broke the rules. They're bringing him to task for breaking the rules. Are there politicians that would prefer Donald Trump not be president? Sure. Were they inspired to ensure that all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted related to this indictment? Sure. So is there political motivation? Of course. Is the indictment politically motivated? I don't know, because he broke the rules. So we'll see. The good news in all of it is it's going to play out. So what I don't know, what you don't know, what we don't know, what they talk about, what they project, what they think, what we know for sure is the legal process related to Donald Trump's indictments with an S, past, present, future, will play themselves out, and we're going to see. What in the sports? If you have ever watched this show, there's one thing you know is I care about my teams. I am a true blue Florida Gator. I am a diehard New York Giants fan. And I get white hot about my Heat. That being said, at the time of this recording, the Miami Heat are down 3-1 in the NBA championship against the Denver Nuggets. Am I sad? Yes. Am I hopeless? No. Because tonight's game has yet to unfold. It just started. If I'm being honest with you, that is why we are almost done with the show. Gotta watch my Heat. That being said, I'm proud of my boys. We still in it till we not in it. So I'm still supporting my boys. Jokic is the truth. Nikola Jokic is the truth. And ain't nothing anybody can or will do about it. He will be the truth until he chooses to stop playing the game. I don't know what this gentleman did in his youth to be able to do some of the things that he does at the height and size that he is. But what I told my son is that he is witnessing basketball greatness. He is seeing what we saw in Michael, Magic, and Bird, what many got to see in Kobe, what we saw in Elijah Wan, what we saw in Patrick Ewing, what we saw in John Stockton and Karl Malone. I don't know where Murray fits in that. He balling. I can't take that away. But Jokic, the Joker, this is me. Take it or leave it, what I'm about to say. But he is the best basketball player on the planet. For my eyes. What he does for his team, what he does to his opponents, how he does it all, the entertainment value, the highlight value. He is not entering the slam dunk contest, but he will set his teammates up for some of the prettiest maneuvers in the air that you will witness. But enough of that. He is the opponent. So until tonight's game, until this series is over, I will never say what I just said again. Jokic sucked. Forget Jokic, but you heard what I said, right? Let's go Heat. Also want to say shout out to the Florida Gators, the men's track team national champions, the women's track team national championship runner-up. I'm here in Austin. I got to see the ladies on Saturday. Sorry I didn't get to see the men. They did good. They looked good. They did their thing. The UT women were on fleek. So it was not in question. The competition was for the number 2 spot. But shout out to Austin for hosting great track meet. Thank you to Eugene for allowing Eugene, Oregon, that's what I'm talking about. Eugene to allow the competition to go someplace else. It came the place where I'm at. I got to see my Gators, saw some Gators in Texas, in the crowd. So, chomp, go Gators. But clap to the University of Florida track team. Y'all did it. Proud of y'all. Are you entertained? What have you been listening to? I, this weekend, listened to The Breath Nurse. It's not a song, it's not an album. The Breath Nurse is Rachel Savola, who is a breathwork facilitator. And I participated in her program called Sunday Reset Breathwork. So for about 45 minutes, Rachel led a breathing session that allowed me to fully utilize the lower and upper lobes of my lungs. And it was amazing. I listened to her because she was off screen, so she talked. So I listened, right? That's why it's in this segment. But what I offer my audience is find you a breathwork facilitator. Whether you go on YouTube, I know there's plenty of apps and albums and iTunes or Apple Music. I'm sure Spotify got all of that. Our breath is the elixir of our life. We know we need to breathe to live, but we don't necessarily know how breathing impacts the quality in which we live. Over time, our breathing gets lazy. We only use a portion of our lung, which in turn causes the other portion to diminish, so to speak. So when we're older and we're trying to do stuff and we huffing and puffing, it's because when we were in our 40s, 50s, and some of y'all in the 30s, we wasn't breathing deep enough. We weren't breathing from our stomachs and our chests. We weren't doing breathing exercise. We wasn't doing meditation breathing. We weren't prioritizing our breathing. And a lot of times when we drive, when we're in meetings, when we're arguing, when we're working out, when we just living, we holding our breath. So the Breath Nurse may have changed my life. Thank her for that. And I offer it to you all. Check it out. Again, her name, I think all her handles, all her feeds, if you look up the Breath Nurse, you will find her, Rachel Savola, a breathwork facilitator. And not her, there's others out there, they doing this stuff. Get you one. It's not easy. It can stir up emotions that you may not be ready for. Get your coach, get your therapist, talk through it. But open up them lungs. Breathe this mostly good air. What have you been watching? It's summertime, so I have been on the blockbusters, me and the fam. So we saw in a week's time, Transformers, Rise of the Beast, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. They was good. They were good. I enjoyed them both. If I had to pick one over the other, I'd probably go with Spider-Verse. I ain't gonna give you no spoilers, but they did a good job. It's been a while since I've had to question Spider-Man, but Transformers had some, blockbuster duds. They made the money, but they ain't make me feel special. This one was good. They did a good job. So if you're a Transformers fan, you should be pleased. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you should be pleased. The question I got was, did you need to watch the other animated Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, I think it was, before you see Across the Spider-Verse? My answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. Do that. Do that. What have you been reading? So me and Book Club is back at it. We got a new book. We're a couple weeks in. We are reading The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. It's fiction. It is about life. I still got a ways to go, Book Club. We still got a ways to go to get through it. But what I could tell you is that there's a discussion of there's spent a lot of time in talking about what regret is and why regret is a wasted emotion. We do what we do, but with what we have at that time. When we do what we do, it isn't always the best thing at that time. But it happened. It's done. Can't change it. Can't go backwards. If you don't like what you did and a space exists to reconcile, to apologize, to fix, go get it. But that relationship that ended 10 years ago, let it go. Don't hold on to what it would have been. Don't hold on to what you should have did, because had you done what you should have thought you did, you probably still be where you are in not being with that person, no longer being in that job, no longer having that possession. Books suggest at least that the outcomes was going to be what they was going to be. So look back from a place of gratitude. That's what I got so far. I'm like on page 50 of a whole bunch. So that's that. Now we will take a break. Be right back to close out tonight's episode.
Listening to
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Unsolicited Genius. Before we get out of here, we got a little housekeeping. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. Brain freeze. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, all of the above. You know how to interact. I got to tell you what to do, right? Been there, done that. We know what to do. So wherever we are, link up with us, talk to us. The DMs is open. Appreciate the feedback, appreciate perspective, all of it. Shout out to the super producer, Joe Nitty. Keep doing the damn thing. Make sure you check out them conversations with Carlton. Make sure you check out them social media feeds. That's the work of Joe Nitty. Thank you to our sponsors, Legacy Wear. Your legacy awaits. You can find them at www.legacywearus.com. Shout out and thank you to Megacore CBD. Check out the episode of Conversation with Carlton with Dr. Marcus McCray. Megacore CBD, broad spectrum hemp derived CBD, the way nature intended. Find out more about them at www.megacorecbd, spelled CBD.com. Thank you, Aura Rainwater, for hydration and elevation. You can find out more about who they are, what they do. Their brilliant founder, CEO, Alexander Williams, at www.aura.rainwater.com. Shout out to Carlton Ennis Coaching. Be your light. We got some workshops coming your way, some leadership planning and development coming your way. It's already come your way, like it's already happened. Some people is in it to win it, but more coming, more to be done. Learn more about me and what I do at www.carltonennis.com. That's INNISS.com. Special shout out to Kimberly Monroe, listener, watcher, supporter, executive producer. Name of the show is Unsolicited Genius, but all the genius don't come from me. All the ideas don't come from me. Thank you, Kimberly Monroe, for all that you do. Thoughts of Genius. As I said earlier, this is episode 45. And Joe Nitty and I had decided it's time for a summer break. Since September, when we went live with the show, we have 10x'd our viewership, subscribership. We've grown. And at point from episode 20 to episode 45, we have 10x. We have done the damn thing. We have done the damn thing. But we got more places that we want to go. And me and Jonetti just need some time in the lab. So in the best practice of podcasting, it is a no-no to take breaks, to create gaps, to skip the consistency. So we taking a risk. Y'all will get content during the break. We still around. We still out here moving, shaking, mixing, and mingling. So Unsolicited Genius is not disappearing. It's gonna be here. We're just taking a break. We need some time in the lab. We got, I don't know, Joe Nitty, what we got? Thousands maybe at this point of hours of content that we need to remix and produce and get out. So we just need some time. We just need some time. So we appreciate our audience. We love our audience. We thank you for all of your support since January 2021. We've been at it for a while, y'all. We've been doing it. We're gonna keep doing it. We're not going nowhere. Just need some time in the lab. The mission of this show is to elevate the collective consciousness of the planet one episode at a time. And so with this episode 45, we value and are grateful for the impact we've had thus far. And we are so excited for the impact we will have and continue to have. And we will pick up on it in the very near future. With that, this has been another episode of Unsolicited Genius. I would usually say, join us next week, same genius time, same genius channel, but this will not be here next week. So what I will say is, see you for episode 46, 47, 48, 49. And I just tell you to prepare yourself for episode 50. That's all I just prepare yourself for episode 50. And for whenever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good night. It's been another episode of Unsolicited Genius. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for loving. We will be back. Enjoy your summer. Let's go Heat.
You are listening to Craig D. Molat. You are listening to Unsolicited Genius.